All right, hey everybody, let's talk EDC, everyday carry. I don't know about you, but I like carrying a knife and pick set in my pocket. I can say the knife is absolutely critical for my daily life, mostly opening Amazon packages. The lockpick, not so much, but it's fun to carry. So I've seen a few questions around just as far as what EDC item is most effective or best to carry, and I want to try to give a little bit of flavor to what I've picked up at least. This is by no means exhaustive, but I want to give a sense of what's out there, and then you guys can make your own decisions. This one from Dangerfield comes with actually a pretty good number of items in it. Let me just open it up here. So you unscrew this little thumb tab, and the turning tool kind of pops right out. It's held in place around the around this bolt here just by tension. And that turning tool, pops out. It's a reasonable turning tool. It's good for, it'll work for top of keyway mostly, which if you're, past your first couple belts, you're probably using most of the time anyways. And then beyond that, the rest of what's available here, you've got a variety of different rakes, or a couple different rakes and a variety of different picks. You've got looks like a 3-peak wave rake and a city profile and some other items there. And then you've got like your basic short hook, and this is like a longer reach hook here, this guy here. Anyway, a few different picks to pick from, and then putting it back together. You just if you want to pick a lock, you just pull one of these guys out and tighten this down. You want to kind of push it all the way down so it's flat against there, and then tighten it down. And it's fine. It's reasonable. It gives relatively good feedback through the tool, and it's pretty rock solid once you have this guy tightened down. And then it is nice that this pops out separately. Obviously, you'd have to have it separate, but nice that pops out there. And then you just put this back in place the right direction, like so. You have to unscrew it enough. It's a little fiddly, but it works. There we go. Got it in there. And then somehow squeeze it back in there. There we go. And then tighten that down, and that'll go back in your pocket. So not a bad tool. It's fine. I think this one's pretty cheap. I can't remember the price on it. I'll put some links down below, but this guy's okay. The only thing I probably don't like about it in my pocket is how much this thumb screw sticks out. That doesn't really work, and kind of is gonna, if you carry it with you regularly, that's definitely gonna wear through your jeans eventually or something. But it's a fine tool. The next one is this Lockmaster from Multipick. Actually just got this. I ordered some other stuff and threw this in the cart as well. This one is probably, it's the hardest to get open. And I think I finally figured out that you're supposed to squeeze this guy here, and then at the same time push on the turning tools, and they come out. So that was actually pretty easy there. But one thing that does set this apart, it does come with 2 turning tools. So it comes with your standard kind of wiper blade style turning tool. I'm going to guess, I don't know what the size of this is, but it's probably, I don't know, 32 thousandths, maybe 40. It's definitely not 50. And then it comes with this guy here, which is is also wiper blade style, but it's a short one for top of keyway. Nothing special or fancy about this. I mean, it's just bent steel. They don't have any teeth on it. It's not serrated or anything for gripping. But it'll probably work in a bind. So once you get that out, then it becomes a matter of, again, pushing. Actually, I think you can just pull these out. Yeah, these guys will just pop out. And again, quite a good selection in here. So I'll just kind of flay this out so you can see what's going on in this one. But that guy is, yeah, you have quite a few tools to choose from. And then what you'll do is pick the one that you want, and you'll snap it into place. So that'll snap into place, has a nice snap to it. And it's fairly stable. It's got a little bit of room and a little wiggle to it, but you're pushing up on this primarily, and once it's seated in there, you're going to get, I'd say, reasonably good feedback through the tool. And then when you want to put it away, you're just going to squeeze this part again and fold this up. I believe this was something like $25-30. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was somewhere around that. It was a small enough purchase that as I was buying something else from Multipick, I thought I'll just toss it in the cart and and see how it is. So these guys, again, they kind of go in there in the kind of a groove in there, and you'll just push up on this on the bottom and kind of shove those in place, and then tension just holds it there. So they won't go anywhere. They're locked in. The first time I got it, as I was trying to yank these things out, it was a bear to wrestle them out until I kind of figured out how it worked. But I would, yeah, I'd say this probably, I like it better than the Dangerfield tool, again, purely because of that thumb screw sticking out. That guy is a pain in the butt. But this one, does have a clip here. It did come with this. I put it on there thinking, oh, maybe I'll use that someday. And then now I think like once you tighten this guy down, it's like permanently welded in place. It feels like I can't for the life of me get this undone. So I'll probably just clip this off with my pliers or something, and or wire cutters, and just use the belt clip. That's definitely way more useful. Sparrows has another one that's kind of similar in style, where you pull the tool out. They don't have quite as many options here, but they do have all the common options. So you've got your rakes, and then from a pen picking perspective, you've got basically 3 options. So nothing super deep. I probably would have liked to have seen, instead of one of these 2, a deeper hook, but it's fine. Works similarly to the Multipick. Snaps into place. This one is held in place way more securely. The Multipick, like, it doesn't move at all, which is nice for just getting really pronounced feedback. And then from a turning tool perspective, this is kind of cool fidget factor. You push up on this, and it kind of releases the turning tool off the end here, and it just slides right out. And then again, just going back in, you just push it in there, and now it's, oh, there we go. And now it just snaps in place. So it's in there. It's not going to go anywhere unless you push up on this. When you push up on this, it kind of, you can see it sticks it out at the top there, and then you just pull it out. And then when you push it back in, it just pops it down. So it's nice fidget factor. The thing I don't like about it, though, is you're stuck with a standard wiper blade that you have to use in bottom of the keyway. So if you're picking a lock where that works, that's great, but it's not, not good for, I'd say, most of the locks that I pick where I need top of keyway. So if I'm going after, an American, let's see here if it fits in there. So American 1100, I guess it does fit in the American 1100, but a lot of locks, it won't. So that's one thing, one criticism I probably have for that. I imagine if you wanted to, you could probably cut off the tail of the shorter section, but it's up to you if you want to mess with the tool. So again, putting it back in place. So it just kind of slides in there and snaps in place. And then you push up on this to release the tension on the pick itself. And that snaps down. So I'd say out of the 3 there, I think this one's my favorite. It does feel the most secure, but it does have limitations as far as the turning tool. The last one, that's I would say this is the one that I carry in my EDC. It is by far the most useful one, and that's the Covert Instruments. This one I think is the RivPick or RizPick set that comes with multiple turning tools, all of which are good for top of keyway, and the actual, this is the RizPick, yeah. So this one, it takes the most time to get out, but once you get it out, you basically have a full-size set that's equal to some of the smaller pick sets from Covert Instruments, and you really aren't lacking anything. I think I picked my blue belt with this actual tool set. It just worked for some reason. It just felt good in the hand, and I just went ahead and used it. So let me pull it apart here for you. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt to take apart and put back together, but again, the nature of how this works once you get it apart, I understand why they made it this way. So you pick the pick that you want here. Choose the pick that you want. It comes with, this particular one doesn't come with any rakes. You can get them with rakes. And there's lots of add-ons they're adding onto these things. The other thing that I'll just mention about this is it's not a set tool. You can pull these apart, and you can make this twice as thick or 3 times as thick to hold more tools. And Covert Instruments has a load of stuff you can put on there. For everyday carry, this is as big as I want it to be, so that's all I have on this one. But you could definitely load this up with all kinds of stuff. So as far as the picks go, that's the one that come on the RizPick, and you'll choose the the particular pick that you want. And it does actually come with a pretty deep hook here. And then once you've unfolded that, you have basically a full-size pick here. And given the fact that it's got a nice, I don't know if you can see that, but a nice metal lip right here where this rests against. So as you're picking with this, it completely transfers that feedback. You can really just, use this like a completely normal pick. It fits in the hand like a normal pick. Everything feels just like you would be using a regular pick with. So if you're gonna have one EDC and you're gonna actually use it for legitimate picking, not just kind of a fidget factor, when you're whatever, sitting there bored, this one I think is the one to have. And then the turning tools on this one are pretty slick. So this one again takes a little bit of time to get open and to get back put together, but once you open it up, this is exactly what you would get in a full-size kit from Covert Instruments. So they have a 25, 32, 40, and a 50 thousandths turning tool. All of them have short ends for top of keyway with serrations and long ends with serrations for either deep keyways or bottom of keyway turning. So these are fantastic. And again, they're almost identical to what you would expect to find in any normal pick set. So this one is by far my favorite from a legitimate picking perspective. And I do carry this in my pocket almost every day for that reason. If I wanted something that was just more kind of fun to play with and pull it out, maybe pick the odd American 1100, I probably would go with the Sparrows or the Multipick. I will say the Multipick is quite a bit lighter. It has plastic scales, or I think it's plastic. Hard, they're good. It's obviously well-made, injected, molded scales, but they're lightweight, whereas this guy is full-on aluminum, I think, or some kind of metal, and does actually have quite a bit more weight. It's probably, it's not heavy, but it's much heavier. It's probably twice the weight of the Multipick. A couple honorable mentions. I mean, you just got to mention them because they're really cool. Is the Grav Pick from Covert Instruments. Love this guy. And it also comes with a turning tool. Again, limited with, it's just your standard wiper blade turning tool, but super cool, fun to carry, massive fidget factor. Not as useful as the Riz Pick or other multi-tool ones, but that's pretty cool. And then of course, if you're into combing locks, the butterfly one is just, again, super fun to carry. But I don't find it to be terribly useful for the kind of picking or kind of thing I'm doing. So fun to carry, but if I was to pick one, I would definitely be getting the Covert Instruments, some variation of this one. Cool. Hope that was helpful. Happy picking and stay legal. See you later.